بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين.
Interpretation of the Holy Quran.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. With the help of Allah, we began a brief commentary of Quran. We got to chapter Nisa, the fourth chapter of Quran, which is revealed in Medina. It has 176 verses. Please listen to verse 93.
ومن يقتل مؤمنا متعمدا فجزاؤه جهنم خالدا فيها وغضب الله عليه ولعنه وأعد له عذابا عظيما.
And whoever kills a believer intentionally, his punishment is hell. He shall abide in it, and Allah will send His wrath on him and curse him and prepare for him a painful punishment. In previous verse, Allah talked about killing another person unintentionally by mistakes. It was divided to different types, and Allah mentioned about all of them. How if a person kills another person who is a believer by mistake, or who is not a believer, or his family is Muslims, or he is not a Muslim, their family is not a Muslim. We talked about it. In this verse, Allah is talking about killing innocent person intentionally. Of course, if we kill by mistakes, like accident, or we do something and we don't want to kill anybody, but somebody will be killed, we destroy the building, by mistakes somebody will be killed. Okay, this is the one that we talked about it in previous verse. And in this verse, no. A person knows that this man is innocent, and because of fighting, because of retaliation, because of anything, he kills him without reason, only because he is angry or he wants to fulfill his desire. Allah says, وَمَنْ يَقْتُلْ مُؤْمِنًا مُتَعَمِّدًا. Whoever kills a believer مُتَعَمِّدًا. مُتَعَمِّدًا means from amd, by amd. Amd means intention, not by mistakes. Because the most important things in our action is our intention. If we do something bad, but our intention is good, we want to do something good, we get reward for that. But sometimes it's the opposite. The deed is good, but our intention is bad. We don't get reward. Of course, because of Allah's grace, we will not be punished. But although we have done something good, but because our intention was bad, we don't get reward. A very, very good person, we help him. But our intention is, we think that he is because we think that he is a good person, we do something wrong. Of course, it means intentionally we want to bother him. Of course, we have done it to a person who is good, but the intention is bad. Since the intention is bad, we don't get reward for anything, although we have done something good. I will give the example again. For example, a person is a very, very good believer, and he needs food, and we give him food. But we don't give him food because he's a believer. We give him food because we think he's an oppressor, because he's a bad person. So intention is bad, but the deed is good. We don't get reward, although the action is good. So intention is very important, and we get reward because of intention. And here Allah says, whoever kills a believer متعمدا, with intention, فجزاؤه جهنم, his reward is hell, خالدا فيها, خالدا, it means permanently. His abide is there. He will stay there forever. There is a question here that believers will stay, if Allah will punish the believer, a believer stay in hell or not. As according to some narrations that we have, no, believers will not stay in hell, although they have done something wrong and Allah will punish them. But because they were believers, after some time, Allah knows the time, but after periods, sometimes it takes a long time, but believer at the end will go to the paradise. And here when Allah says khalidan fiha, there is a question. Allah says when a believer kill another person intentionally, he will stay there forever. There is a question here that how stays there forever? Scholars answered, one of the answers they said, Allah wants to say that if a person kills another person who is a believer because of his belief, of course, if he kills because of his belief, it means he is not a Muslim and he is not a believer. And when he is not a believer, of course, when he does something wrong, he will be punished and he stays in hell forever. So khalidan fiha, stays there forever because of a person who kills a believer because of his belief, which is considered the killer at this time as a non-believer or disbeliever. وَغَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ. First, Allah says He will stay there forever. وَغَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ. Allah's wrath will be on him. Allah became angry of such a person. وَلَعَنَهُ. Allah curse him. Allah curse him, we said several times that Allah will make him far from His grace. Allah will not help him anymore. Allah will not guide him anymore. Allah leaves him alone. And when Allah says, Yuzillullah or man azallallah, whoever Allah misguide is the same. Misguide, Allah will misguide some people, but it is regarding to some people who were fighting with Allah for so long, disobeying Allah and insisting on fighting religion and Islam and God or Prophet intentionally for so long. Then at the end, Allah will seal on their heart, ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة. Allah will put the cotton in front of their eyes, and Allah will seal on their heart and on their ears, not to hear the truth, not to understand the truth. But it means Allah will make him far from His grace. Allah doesn't help him anymore. So وَلَعَنَهُ, Allah curse him, وَأَعَدَّ لَهُ عَذَابًا عَظِيمًا, and Allah will prepare for such a person a great punishment. Regarding to a person who kills another person in Islamic rule as a law, of course, in this verse, Allah is talking about Allah's anger and Allah's punishment in resurrection day, or Allah curse him in this world. But physically, what can we do with such a person? As an Islamic rule, there is a right for the family of a person who is killed to take a revenge. Law of retaliation is allowed in Islam. It means a killer, if the family or guardian of a person who is killed, if they ask judge to kill the killer, they must kill him. So it is allowed in Islam that if a person kills another person intentionally, the family of a person who is killed to ask the judge to kill him. It is a law of retaliation and is named as a qisas. Of course, the family also can ask judge to forgive him and ask for blood money. Blood money is a diya. We said in previous verses we were talking about it, that the blood money, as it is mentioned in different narrations, is like some amount of gold, like about 500 grams of gold, or 100 camel or 200 cows will be the blood, any of them, one of them, will be the blood money of a person who is killed. So the family of a person who is killed can ask judge for retaliation or blood money, any of them. Inshallah, in next section, I will talk about the same verse a little more. Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.